On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Tavon Austin now from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now it's Burrow. He's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. The Bengals at 500 at 6-6. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, it's Mixon. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on 4th down. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is brought in at the 21. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, they held them completely out of the end zone, just held them to a field goal. So they're not just hoping for a repeat here. They're hoping to do it even better. A shutout is their goal.
And some room to maneuver. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals 15. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
Now here's a throw that's complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got a Bengals 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. 2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 2nd and 16. Burrow. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way, and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz
with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. And now they will throw it with Burrow.
Crossing route complete to Robertson.
He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
They'll give it to Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Here's Burrow. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3.
Gets by him at the 25. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
Well, they got a takeaway on the last drive with an interception. How about this sack as a terrific follow-up? And that keeps pressure on this offense, and it could force them into more rush decisions or another turnover.
To try again after the sack. Watson looking deep in the direction of Cooper. This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Now he's flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Back to Mixon on second down. 77 yards on the ground for him so far.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 31 yards there and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Burrow looking to pass. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Evans running straight ahead. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Mixing up the middle. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back to Mixon on first down. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Mixon fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Second and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 121 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Here's Austin. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, that
That's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And this one will be brought back to the 22. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Watson now to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And Watson's going to throw it here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Watson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over here up near the 40. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, That's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 133 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time.